Your ride is Dollywood's old-fashioned grist mill. It's one of the few operating grist mills left today. That's where every day they fresh bake that world-famous cinnamon bread. And I'll tell you, there is nothing better.
There's nothing there. We need to go there.
December the 1941 came the attack on Pearl Harbor and the United States involvement in World War II. It was determined that a military highway was needed to protect Alaska. So in 1942, the United States Army took over the White Pass and Yukon Railroad of Skagway, Alaska, and used it to move the material and personnel needed to build the Alcan Military Highway. In April 1943, Baldwin Locomotive Works in Eddystone, Pennsylvania built a narrow gauge Mikado style engine 192. It weighs about 211,000 pounds and it's a genuine coal-fired, steam-driven Type 282 locomotive. That 282 simply means there's 2 wheels on the front, 2 on the back, and 8 large drive wheels in the middle. After Engine 70 was completed, it was shipped to Skagway, Alaska, and it worked on the White Pass and Yukon Railroad.
That's a Woody roller coaster, guys. They call it a Woody because it's made of wood, obviously.
Over 280,000 tons of material supplies along with troops and personnel traveled behind this engine and many engines like her. Up to 34 trains a day, all in support of road construction. And in only 9 months, what had seemed impossible became possible as the Alcan Military Highway was completed. I bet you didn't realize you're riding behind a true veteran of World War II.
Wow.
Here at Dollywood, we're proud of all our veterans from all branches of the military, and our hopes and prayers are with those on active duty today.
Hear that? Hopes and prayers. Amen.
After World War II was over, Engine 192 remained in Skagway, Alaska, but in 1961 she was sold to an East Tennessee theme park named Rebel Railroad. And that is where she affectionately became known as Klondike Katie. Hey, look up to the engine and wave to our engineer. Klondike Katie's been here through the entire evolution of this park. From Rebel Railroad to Gold Rush Junction to Silver Dollar City, Tennessee, and now present-day Dollywood, where she continues her tradition of hard work. Now let's all sit back, relax, and listen to the engine as she makes her way up the mountain.
It's a long way down. But you can get there if you roll. A long way up too. Ah, bear! Ready, get set, roll! Whee! Whoa! Yeah. That's the mountains. Hey Dad, check and roll. Train cart.
The Cherokee Indians called these mountains the place of the blue smoke. The Smoky Mountains are the natural habitat for more flowering plants and trees than anywhere else in the United States. Even in the air, you can hear the music of over 200 species of birds. The Smokies are a never-ending song. They change with each season and with each pair of eyes.
Look, there it is. Things are good.
Going slow.
Go backward.
We are currently stopped. I don't know, it's a tree thing. Everything's fine, but we're losing steam. Sorry, I had to go there.
That was fun back Katie showing off. Give her a big round of applause for Engineer Tim and Klondike Katie. That was Tim and Klondike Katie saying no problem. Now if you look off to your left, you can see parts of the Great Smoky Mountains, and you can tell why they're called that. They look like that most of the time. The Smokies were established as a national park in 1934. There's free admission if you want to go into the park, and it is the most visited. There were 1,200 farms in these mountains, and each one had the main house that the family lived in. And it looked kind of like this one on your left. They had a wood shed, a chicken coop where they gathered their eggs, a smokehouse where they hung and cured their meat, and a spring house that kept things like the milk and the butter cold.
From the spring water.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. They had one other little house back then. It was called the outhouse. And kids, if you don't know what the outhouse was used for, I'm going to let you ask your parents about that. Or you might have to ask your grandparents. Now come up on your left, soaring 21 stories above the floor of the Great Smoky Mountains, is the Wild Eagle. You'll drop 13 stories as you glide to speeds of 63 miles an hour. It has a 110-foot giant loop. It might be the most exciting 2 minutes and 22 seconds of your life.
I don't think so.
How many people's rode the Wild Eagle? Oh, not too many. How many people are big chickens to ride the Wild Eagle? Oh, chickens win again. Well, you can go in the merchandise shop. They have big yellow t-shirts that says, I'm a chicken. Well, now, back to some train music.
I would buy that shirt too. Wonder World.
Where you going there, Thousand River? Going to Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Where you going, Bill?
Going to Kingsport, Tennessee.
Wonder where that old man, Dad Napier over there is going.
I'm going down about from this Virginia, boy. Where you Stanley Brothers ahead?
Oh, we going back down to Virginia to Little Mountain Farm down there. Let him roll.
Still. I think there were some moonshiners out here. See the still? I think there are moonshiners.
Hey folks, look up to the engine and wave to our fire people. It looks like we got 2 firemen up there. I don't know. They're the ones responsible for getting us all up here by hand shoveling all the coal into the firebox. This engine operates the same way today as it did when it was first built. And on a busy day, Klondike Katie can use 5 tons of coal, 5,000 gallons of water, and she'll bring 4,000 to 5,000 people up the mountain. We're real proud of our engine and the people that operate them. We hope you enjoy riding behind them just as much as we do. Now coming up on your left is Dollywood's newest themed area. That's Wildwood Grove. It has 11 new attractions, 8 new rides, a Southwest-inspired dining establishment. It's fun for the entire family, so go check out Wildwood Grove.
Gee, I wonder what era that's from. There's the Woody. That's right, that's any day. course, it's not very smart to ride either one, the way I am.
Up on your left, Timber Canyon. It's home to Dollywood's award-winning wooden roller coaster, Thunderhead. And Mystery Mine, it's a steel roller coaster with high speeds and white knuckle loops. Also up here is the drop line. It'll take you up 230 feet where you get a great
Hey,
view of
pumpkins.
everything
Pumpkins!
for a few seconds, and then it drops you.
Keep your hand upon the throttle and your eyes upon the rail. Blessed will guide us. You that blissful shore where the angels wait to join us in that grace forevermore. Blessed Savior,
As your car goes through Owen's farm, wave at the people that are waiting across the tracks.
Waiting across? Oh.
where the angels wait
Sorry.
in that rain.
Hey, folks, it's out to your left. Wave at Miss Lillian. She's down there with an umbrella in one hand, a chicken in her other one. She's kicking up her heels. Go down there and see Miss Lillian. She's giving chicken lessons today. Miss Lillian and her chickens got their mask on. Remember that big howdy when we went out of town? Well, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. Howdy!